Hello everybody, it's Dio from Firm But Fair Gaming bringing you another video. Enjoying all the videos and content we produce, don't forget to click on that subscribe button, click on that like button, and don't be afraid to share. Don't forget to click on the notification button, customize it however you want, but that way you're notified whenever we publish another video. Welcome everybody. So Blizzard is announcing today the next expansion. So this is just going to be a live reaction from here at Firm But Fair. So currently it's just me, but both Deflect and Doc will be popping in and out and probably have some comments as well. But I have it on mute right now. But anyways, let's get to it. Listen to what they have to say, and I'll be piping up here and there, giving my reactions as they reveal whatever it is that they're going to reveal. So here we go. And for those that haven't seen it, you can also listen in as well and give your reactions in the comments below as well.
And turned, what started out as a small community project into this Soul of Iron system that became a centerpiece of Season of Mastery and a whole new opt-in hardcore mode that we've seen communities built around. Yep. Lots of, thrilling victory and painful defeat.
5 hours. I made it 5 hours.
Yeah, and it continues, like Burning Crusade Classic. We wanted to balance the Paladin seals between Horde and Alliance, so we made an addition there. We wouldn't have gotten there without the community's input.
No kidding, they needed to adjust that. I can remember playing in Burning Crusade on a small pop server. There was more Blood Elf Paladins at level 70 than there were Alliance level 70 on the server I was in. It was ridiculously outnumbered. I was on Auchendown back in the day. Sheesh. And it was a PvP server. It was terrible. Easily outnumbered about 7 or 8 to 1, if not more than that. Probably more than that, actually.
Ask ourselves as a team whether there's a way to accommodate such an earnestly held desire and still feel like we're being true to the roots of the game. I think players desire to play with their friends who might prefer.
That was a great trailer. I love that part.
With the faction that they more closely identify with, even though their raid group is elsewhere.
It's really important for me. I play a lot of alts, and I love absorbing the story for each race, and having that ability to play with all of my friends across factions is fantastic.
At the end of the day, the battle cry is for the Horde. It's not against the Alliance. It's not death to the Alliance. It's about pride in one's faction, and I think there's a way to preserve that and even strengthen that.
That's a good point.
While giving players the ability to make the same choice we've seen the greatest heroes make time and time again.
I can't wait to do this. I'm seeing a lot of my friends that I never knew had a max level character in the other faction suddenly come out of the woodwork.
And then, with these cross-faction groups, many of them are going to be diving into something new that we're doing to kind of cap off Shadowlands, a Season 4. Kind of a remix, a bit of a greatest hits, revisiting all of our raid zones across the expansion, bringing in some familiar older favorites into the Mythic Plus rotation. And we recognize this is kind of a closing chapter, a little bit of a send-off to Shadowlands. As everyone gets ready for what happens next, and what will come next, want to give a fun new challenge for everyone to sink their teeth into.
Really cool stuff for modern WoW players. I'm super excited about the gear upgrades that you're going to give me and the chance to go back and play some of those awesome raids.
There's a lot to explore. Very exciting.
For our next adventure in World of Warcraft, we're going to go back to Azeroth. We're going to a space with high fantasy. I mean, our fans of Azeroth for a long time. This has been kind of the foundation of much of the lore of WoW. So without further ado, let's watch the cinematic.
Okay. $10,000 years ago. Okay.
The world has been sundered. It cries out in pain. We must go to its aid. We entrust our ancestral home to you, the Watchers. Let the land slumber, hidden even from our own eyes. will feel our return in the waking of the land. Then, you must light the beacon of Tearhold, lest the path home be lost to us forever.
Something big's gonna happen. I was just about to say he's gonna slip and catch himself. You can do it. Okay.
The world is healing, but her fate is yet uncertain. Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
I like dragons. Nice.
Dragons!
Dragons.
This is so cool.
No one saw it coming.
No one saw it coming. Carefully kept secret. But seriously, I mean, what did we just see there?
The awakening of the Dragon Isles, the return of dragons, the dawn of a new age. Right, we've seen Rathian searching for his father's legacy, searching for the Dragon Isles. There's a reason why he hasn't been able to find them until now.
The beacon going off, is that summoning the dragons?
It is removing the concealment that had hidden the Dragon Isles from the world, but also beckoning the dragons back urgently in a time of need.
I assume pretty good variety of locales within the Dragon Isles.
Yes, the Dragon Isles, as kind of standard for WoW expansion, consist of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone that we'll get to in a second.
Can you talk a little bit about how the team
Dragonkin,
found
maybe?
ways to thread the dragon aspects throughout the environments?
The Dragon Isles are a place that is lush and primal, bursting with elemental energy. As Azeroth herself reawakens, those primal forces are expressed throughout the environment, whether it's magma activity, volcanic activity, whether it's the icy wastes of the Azure Span, and each one of those has a connection to a dragonflight that we've seen before. And it's going to be an amazing place for players to arrive at and explore.
All right, you know I'm going to ask.
Yes, okay, so
Can I be a dragon?
let's start getting into some features here and what Dragonflight means for you as well as just a place. So first off, yes, we have an all-new playable race, the Drakthir race.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a dragon
Oh,
and draconic race, but dragons in Warcraft have the ability to take on a humanoid form.
What classes can they be?
They have unique abilities as literally a dragon. That doesn't quite fit any of our existing classes. And so what we're doing is this is not just a new race, but it's also a new class. You know, adding a new race to World of Warcraft, and not just an allied race, is something that we don't do lightly, but telling this expansion, this story, so focused around dragons, felt like the perfect time for it. So if you are a Drakthir, you will be the Evoker class. Drakthir can only be Evokers, Evokers can only be Drakthir. And the reason why only a Drakthir could be an Evoker is that an Evoker is really combining the ability to call upon the magic of the different aspects with the unique physical gifts that a Drakthir has, the ability to actually take flight and do an Onyxia-style strafing deep breath over the battlefield, land on the other side, knock everyone back with a wing buffet, and then unleash your magical abilities.
Yes, please.
The Evoker
Going to
has
be
2
18 million of
specializations.
these
They're a
things.
hybrid of either range DPS or healer, and they wear male armor. We figured, you know, with the new hero classes we've added over the years, we have enough melee, we don't need more of those. And also probably don't need any more leather wearers.
The raid leaders are going to love you for that.
Exactly. This is definitely a hero class. And so that means that, you know, like the Death Knights before them or Demon Hunters, they will be starting level 58. And then they're going to have a new starter zone. So they're going to have a slightly different journey into the Dragon Isles as opposed to the rest of us that are sailing there from other parts of Azeroth.
Can you talk a little bit about the customizations? Like what is going to
18
be able
million
to
of those
identify
for
my
sure.
Drakthir character?
Basically anything and everything. You know, skin color, hair color, jewelry, tattoos,
Oh,
other
wow.
adornments. You can make this character the expression of your identity in Azeroth.
New zone, new class,
Yep.
new race. Well, tell us about some of the system updates or features.
Of course, the new expansion brings with it, you know, new systems, new features. I think in recent expansions, one of the things we've tended to do is really have these deep features that were closely tied to a specific expansion that would then get left behind as we moved on. And we've heard loud and clear from players that, you know, it's kind of a bummer to start off every new expansion by leaving a large part of your character behind, by leaving a large part of your progression behind. So this
Correct.
time around, what we're doing is really pouring all of our energy into permanent revamps, overhauls, and improvements to World of Warcraft's core systems. Things like our progression systems, in this case, our talent system is something that we want to completely revamp. We want to take a look at our UI. We want to take a look at professions.
So with the talent revamp and the arrival of Classic, did you learn anything about how our talents work?
I think seeing a new generation of players play with those talents and work through those talent trees really underscored some of the things that, frankly, we lost when we shifted to the Mists of Pandaria style talents and beyond. A big piece of that was just the granularity, the feeling of getting a level and spending a point to customize your character to make yourself a bit better in some specific way. But also, you know, that sense of hybridity that you could have. That's something that we've largely lost. And so the new talent system avoids directly pitting player power throughput choices directly against those sort of utility hybrid choices, because we know that there's always a right outcome there. And we also understand that, you know, there's a lot of strength in the flexibility of the modern talent system to let players customize their talents for a particular encounter or for dungeons versus PvP, and we don't want to lose any of that.
So John, UI?
Oh my God. Yes, I got this 30-inch monitor trying to keep track of where I am on the map, all my buffs, and oh, over here, what's going on in chat. It has literally made my eyes go like this. So,
And you're not alone in that. We've made a lot of incremental changes and additions over the years, But really, this is a revamp. This is an overhaul. And so we're excited to really modernize the look and feel while staying true to the origins of World of Warcraft. Now, at the same time, we're not looking to take away the sort of power user customization there. Add-ons are still there if you want them, but we want a much better default out-of-the-box experience for all players, new and old alike.
And can I reduce elements, remove elements, if I want to explore the world and see the beauty of Azeroth?
When it comes to specific elements, as much as possible, we want to let players choose what to show and what to hide so that they can control it themselves.
You mentioned professionals.
That'll be good.
I have a critical question about this.
Go on.
Can I wear a chef's hat?
Yeah, I knew it.
Our approach to professions in Dragonflight is really all about delivering on fantasy and identity as a crafter. And so if you want to be a serious blacksmith, if you want to be a great leather worker, we want to deliver the ability to invest time and energy into that, become a master crafter, be able to make items that are in demand, interact with the community. One of the big pieces that we want to do to support that is a new work order system to have a bit more convenience than just spamming trade chat all day. But if you are someone, you're not yourself.
Oh,
a blacksmith,
interesting.
if you have a bunch of mats and you want them forged into a great sword, you can put that work order up, list your mats, offer a commission.
Wow.
A skilled
That'll
blacksmith
be,
will come along and make you the weapon of your dreams.
that is sick.
I think we left out
I
one
like
thing,
that.
though. You can be a Drakthir, go to Dragon Isles. Can I have a dragon?
What's the fantasy of dragons if not soaring over the lands? And so we're really excited to introduce a feature that we're calling dragon riding. It's dynamic with everything from momentum to dive bombs, the ability to just sort of build that speed up and feel the world rushing past you in a way that should be much more exciting than traditional flight that we've made available in the past, but that's also available for players through a customizable dragon mount right from the start.
So this is a skill you learn over time, right, to become an awesome dragon rider?
Yes, you'll be able to sort of upgrade aspects of your flight, but you will have this new form of flight from the start. And the
customize
dragon
that
companion
dragon.
you have is, of course, very thoroughly customizable, which is
Nice.
a new thing for us for mounts. This is not just a generic dragon that everyone has, but a drake that is yours. What do you want its scales to look like, horns, the shape of its head, other attachments, armor pieces, and more. Take your pick.
This is so cool.
So yes, the Dragonflight expansion is going to see players leveling to 70, going to the all-new continent of the Dragon Isles, which consists of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone for our Drakthir class, as well as a range of systems revamps, such as a new talent system, an overhaul and update to our UI, and an entirely fresh look at professions with more depth.
That work
than ever
order thing is
before.
going to be very sick.
Also getting around the
I mean,
Dragon
sweet,
Isles is
like,
gonna come in the form of dragon riding, which lets you
except
customize
for,
and
like,
upgrade
people
your
just
own
live on
mount so that
those
you can fly in a sense
in
from the
trade
start.
or in
Of course,
cities
as
on
with
their
any new expansion,
Brontos,
we have new
age mounts and all that.
dungeons,
They're
a
just going
raid,
to be able to
and much more to
make
come.
more of
We
a
also have
killing.
an
Like, they'll
alpha
be
that will
completing
starting
those
up in the future.
probably
Check out
faster
our
than anybody
website
can
for more
actually
information,
click.
And keep an eye out for those opt-in signups if you want to help us test
But I
out
do like it.
Dragonflight and give us even more feedback to make it better.
We do have a deep dive that follows this, so please stay around. Classic players, we haven't forgotten about you. You could probably guess where we're going to go next. One of the all-time favorite expansions for World of Warcraft. Let's watch the cinematic.
We had forgotten. Did you think we had forgotten? Nothing, boys. I can see just begun. Not my king yet. My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas. When my days have come to an end, you shall be king.
This year. Wasn't expecting that. I don't play Classic though, so I had no
It's
idea
just
how long the
incredible,
last one had
isn't
been
it?
out.
Every time I see the cinematic, I get chills. No pun intended, I get chills. As you saw, Wrath of the Lich King Classic is coming this year. It brings back so many memories. When you see that cinematic, what do you remember from Wrath of the Lich King?
Anytime you want to talk about undead frozen dragons, how can you not go back to Sindragosa as the source? That was the first expansion I played with my youngest son. So I can remember on that platform, black goo and chunks of ice falling off and having to repeat that battle with the Lich King. But when we finally downed him, it was such an incredible moment. He jumped up out of his room and I jumped up out of my office. We're like, yeah, did it.
That's
So
funny.
It's a very lasting tale for me.
So as you know, with this expansion,
Where I got my
you
round
will,
first
in
dwarf
Patch, be able to
priest.
play the Death Knight. They will start at level
I was
55.
very hardcore
You
back
don't have
then.
to have a high-level character to make a Death Knight.
Also, that's
so
when I
everyone will be able to make one.
did
We're
all
excited to give
heroic,
players some
or
time
because they didn't
before
have
Wrath
mythic
officially
rating.
launches to get geared up
Very
and ready to
competitive
jump
back in the
Northrend
day.
with everybody else.
And there are so many zones and areas to explore in Northrend.
still on
I
Walking
want
Down
us to
where
talk
we're
about some of our
outnumbered
favorites. So for
so
me,
badly.
Grizzly Hills has a very special place in my heart. The music was some of the best I've experienced in World of Warcraft.
I still make my way all the way up to Storm Peaks to try and find the time lost protodrake.
Finally got that
yet
this
to get it.
season.
I've got to say Dragonblight. The wide open nature of the zone, Wormrest Temple in the center of it, it's an unforgettable expansion as both a developer and a player and kind of making that transition from one to the other.
Now let's talk about some changes. So one thing we looked at is Dungeon Finder, and it feels like how we envision Classic, Dungeon Finder is not a good fit for our community.
That was kind of the first step that may have eroded some of that social fabric. Now, as people have gone through the experience of going back to vanilla, rebuilding those groups, relying on each other, not wanting necessarily a random participant just to show up and then leave.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
But today, you can do that in Shadowlands. You'll be able to do that in Dragonflight. It's a self-selected group of people who specifically want that different experience.
Yes.
Let's make sure that's what we continue to give them.
That leads right into arena teams in Burning Crusade Classic. So we listen to the community and we remove that because individual rating is preferable and a better experience for them than arena teams. Also, with Wrath of the
True.
Lich King, Barbershop, which allows you to customize your character. We're going to be
Forgot about
adding a
that.
few more options that were not existing when Wrath launched. But also there's another side of this where we are not going to charge a real money fee. It was a paid character customization fee, right?
Yeah.
It seems the right thing to do that just be available in game for gold and we add more options to it, right?
It's sort of like spell batching in a sense. There's a lot of technical advancements, and it's not about the philosophy of what makes Classic classic and what brings people together. It's just what's the better experience, and let's not artificially restrict something that we can provide a better version of just for the sake of nostalgia. And we're happy to say this is one of those cases.
So
Can't believe you had to
Wrath,
pay real
the
money
level
back
cap's
then.
being increased to level 80, so we'll be introducing a level 70 boost so that players who want to get in with their friends or just explore Northrend
Ooh, might have
right
to take
away
advantage
will
of
be able
that.
to do that. You can't apply it to a Death Knight, but you will be able to use it otherwise. And of course, we have Inscription, a whole new profession, so we're really excited about that. Yeah, and as we continue this road to Wrath, we're going to be looking to getting a lot more feedback on beta, and we'll make changes as we need to.
Such an exciting time to be playing World of Warcraft. We have the return of the Wrath of the Lich King for Classic fans, and taking us somewhere new with Dragonflight. We're so excited to be able to bring these adventures to you. Don't forget, there's a deep dive on Dragonflight where you're going to get a lot more information. Thank you so much for spending this time with us, and we'll see you in Azeroth.
And we'll see you in Northrend.
And in the Dragon Isles.
Interesting.
Hi there, welcome to the Dragonflight Deep Dive. I'm Steve Denuser.
And I'm Taryn Gregory. Starting it off here, we're going to talk about the setting and the story of Dragonflight.
We've got this great expansion, exciting.
I don't think I'm going to participate in the deep dive. I've seen what I wanted to see, so know what the next expansion is. It's got some cool aspects to it. It'll be interesting. Of course, the new leveling zones and all that, but the biggest thing for me, I think, because of course, all that's to be expected, is going to be the same old when you get to there is going to be new zone, new gear, the talent tree. We'll have to see more about that as it comes available. But the big thing would be the profession work order is going to be huge. Having a customizable dragon is going to be pretty sweet. So it should be fun. It should be pretty interesting to see what the new expansion is going to be. Anyways, I think that's all we're going to do for now. I don't really want to get into the deeper dive. I might check that out on my free time. After all, it's midday here, so I might have to go back to work. But anyways, let me know what you think. What did you think about the reveal? Are you excited about the next expansion? Do you prefer, do you think you'll go back to Classic if you're just a retail player? Maybe check out the Wrath of the Lich King, as that was one of the most popular expansions, I believe. I am tempted. I might go visit that for nostalgia. I haven't yet, but I might actually, and with that level 70 boost, I just might have to do it. Anyways, like I said, that's going to be the end of the video. Let us know what you think. Share your thoughts. And as always, we appreciate like, shares, and subscribe. So please click those buttons and keep coming back for more videos. We're going to be doing more WoW videos, of course, as Season 3 continues here in Shadowlands. So be sure to come back. Also check out our videos that we have of our 20s as well. We're starting to put out a lot more of those. Check them out. Let us know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. So until next time, we'll see you in the next video.